Hey there, speculators. I'm Rod, your futures fanatic. Welcome back to the channel. Hey, is prop trading a scam? Well, judging from the comments that I get on many of my videos where I talk about prop trading, specifically futures trading, there are many folks that believe they like to use that S word. So let's talk about it tonight. When I Google, is prop trading a scam? I've done this on a couple different browsers and incognito. It seems that Larry and Sergey, the founders of Google, which owns YouTube, feel that this article here by Michael Diamond, is prop trading a scam, is the most relevant. And actually, I agree with them. So I'm actually going to use that as the basis for this brief video that I'll do tonight. And I'll leave a link down below because I think that Michael does a very good job of summing up the pros and cons of prop trading, and it's a very balanced approach. However, I'm going to differ in one major respect, which is that he is referring to mostly FX, Forex-based CFD prop programs, which have been around actually longer than futures, okay? And here at Futures Fanatic, obviously the Futures Fanatic channel, there is a very big difference between the products, between the pricing, between the platforms. The rules are similar. I'm going to actually make a little series on this. The next video has been asked so much, which is where I compare some of the prop programs that I like for futures against the Mac Daddy over there in the Forex world, which is FTMO. And in fact, if you actually look up, is prop trading a scam over here on YouTube, most of the responses are around Forex failed prop firms or FTMO or other programs. Pros and cons for those, okay? So it's very important to understand what you're actually trading. And in tonight's video, I'm going to focus on just answering that question, is it a scam? Neither the FX nor the futures ones are scam, but I would say the Forex programs are definitely more prone to controversy and have actually had some pretty spectacular blowups and failures. And if a company goes out of business and you have money with them, then I guess you could say that that felt scammy or certainly scummy. Okay, so let's take a look at this article again. I'll leave a link to it down below. The very bottom line is, if you read the whole thing, his response is no, it's not a scam. Now, what's interesting is he says, again, there's some great prop firms out here. So let me just show you what he considers the great prop firms. And I completely disagree with this. So the 5%ers, Top Step is fine. They've been around forever. FTMO, Fiddlecrest, and Blue FX. So he's defining the industry, again, as the FX industry. So the next video in this series, if you hit the like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification, you'll be able to follow on in this series. I'll probably record at some point this week because I've been meaning to do this for quite a while. It's one of the most requested comments I get, which is, can you please explain to me the difference between why I would select a futures Forex program that trades regulated US-based exchange products versus FX. And I'm going to go into that in a lot more detail. But what's interesting is the internet, for a large part, still refers to prop trading or online prop trading kind of synonymous with FX trading. And here at the Futures Fanatic, I'm here to tell you that the futures programs actually have a lot of benefits. So to say that these are the best is not really giving a full 360 picture of what's going on. So anyhow, you can read this for yourself. He gives a history of prop trading, the fact that a lot of people feel that it sounds a little bit too good to be true. It is hard to become a profitable trader, so a lot of the frustrations that many traders have when they enter these programs is they don't yet have the skill set to actually pass the programs. And when you get frustrated and you feel like you're putting in your best effort, but you're continuing to not succeed, you can get a little disgruntled with the firm and sort of do that sort of blame game. That's what's going on a lot, and that's what he points out here about bad reviews, and that most of the time the bad reviews are a result of traders not either understanding or usually feeling that the rules are too stringent and that they are actually set up so that the vast majority of traders fail. Well, news alert, as you've probably heard from a lot of trading education and trading market and gurus, they lead with this concept of how many people fail. That's why they can be your savior, right, and your guru. All it takes is my indicator. All it takes is my strategy. All it takes is my course. All it takes is my trade room. That stuff is all nonsense, okay? I offer education in the trading space. I have a pro trading room. You can find out more about it in the link down below. We have trials for 10 days for $10. It's plenty of time for you to figure out whether listening to me talk about 80s music and occasionally do a trade is going to be an environment that can help you learn to become a better trader. But it's on you. You have to have your own journey, your own path. So the disgruntled traders that I hear of often on my channel when they leave a comment, it's usually along the lines of something like this, which is, no one can stay funded. The rules are too stringent. The software didn't work the way I thought it would. All those kinds of things. Well, again, newsflash, many of the issues around software and calculations and things like that are just part of trading, regardless of what you happen to be doing. And then he mentions the bad actors in the industry and that the prop trading business is not well regulated. Well, again, this is where I'm going to have fault with this whole concept of saying that FX, CFD, unregulated firms in Europe, many of them are unregulated. They say they have regulatory bodies that overlook them. But the bottom line here is that Forex and CFD products are a little bit more of the wild, wild west, even though Forex has been around for a long, long time, versus the futures products, which are CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, regulated products that work on a regulated exchange. It doesn't mean that the prop firms themselves are regulated. In fact, most of them aren't. They don't have to. They're just providing demo trading accounts. But he goes into that a little bit there. And then he has how to have a good prop experience. I agree with a lot of that. And then finally, his final consensus is prop trading legit, which I'm here to tell you it absolutely 100% is legit. But let me show you again the differences. These are the 7 or 8, I think it's 8 or 9 firms that I talk about here on my channel. I'm going to read them real quick. It's Top Step, OneUp, Apex Trader Funding, Leeloo, Bullnox, Earn to Trade, UProfit, PJX Capital, Elite Trader Funding, SpeedUp, Tick Trader, and Savius. Okay, I have personal experience with every one of these particular firms. Are they all great? No. Are they all abiding by what they say they're going to do in their program? Are they paying out traders when the traders are due a payout? Absolutely. Have there ever been a blow up or a spectacular failure so far in online futures trading? If you're aware of one, let me know. I'm not aware of one, okay? And I do know that SpeedUp Trader was having some limited contract and sizing as markets got a little bit more volatile. So some people felt that that was unfair. If you come in and these are the rules, hey, you can't change the rules on me. But then if you get down here to the FX world, these are all FX prop firms. Look at how much more crowded this is. You can just see in sheer number, it's about 3 times as many. And I believe that these two went bust, and one of them funding talent in spectacular fashion. Now, I don't have nearly the knowledge at all. In fact, I'm not really qualified to speak about any of these firms. The only one I've done a decent amount of research on now is FTMO in preparation for the video I'm going to do, where I compare FTMO against a couple different futures programs. And just as a quick sneak peek, it's the Futures Fanatic channel, so which do you think is going to come out ahead? But again, I look at pricing. The futures programs are far, far less expensive to get started than FTMO. I look at products, again, CFDs and the FX markets, which, by the way, the FX markets, their volatility is down in the dumps versus the futures markets, which are regulated US-based products and are very, very volatile, give you a lot of different opportunities to profit on a daily basis. And then finally, the platform. I mean, do we have to go any further than the fact that MT4 is still the default? It's like you get what you deserve traded on that thing. So you can, maybe you don't have to, maybe you should unsubscribe if you subscribe to the channel, because you can tell that my review of FTMO versus some of these futures programs is going to favor the futures markets for a variety of different reasons, and I'll get into that a little bit more. But if I had to talk about where there was higher potential risk of additional failure, I make decisions with imperfect information every day, and I would tend to project that the probabilities are that there's going to be some other problems in this world. Now, given that, are all these firms going to survive independently? I don't know. Are many of them just popped up recently? Absolutely, they have. This market is just beginning to grow, and if you think about how big the FX prop market is versus the futures market, it's just getting started in the online prop world. Then you have to take it one step, which is that futures and Forex relative to stock and options trading, at least here in the U.S., it's like a fly on the gnat's ass, right? It's nothing compared to people that are trading stocks and options. Again, that's skewed to where I am here in the U.S. I know that Forex trading has been very popular in Europe, Asia, and other parts of the world, even probably more so than trading the U.S. stock market. But here in the U.S., Forex has become so unpopular that there's only a few brokers left. When Interactive Brokers, one of the largest professional and retail trading firms, decides to essentially ban Forex trading for US-based traders, it tells you something. When the CFTC, which is our regulatory body, and the NFA basically kick out FXCM and a variety of others for trading against their clients and other nefarious types of business practices, how can you even think that the prop firms themselves could be reputable when the instruments that they're trading from a brokerage perspective have had a very sordid past? Okay, now futures is not without its issues too. I've been doing this for so long. There have been two pretty noteworthy issues that happened in the futures markets with futures brokers as well. But that was far before any of these these prop programs came along. All right, so is prop trading a scam? The answer is prop trading is not a scam. The answer is like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notifications, and in the next video, I'll either do a comparison of Forex versus futures prop trading, or probably more specifically, I'm going to go into exactly all of the complaints. Okay, there are complaints. A complaint doesn't necessarily mean that it's a scam that I hear about these futures funding programs. We'll go through it step by step so that you understand how they really work, what you're getting involved in, and then you can make a decision for yourself whether you want to participate in the program. But if you do, I can assure you that based on the rules, based on everything it says in their website content, and based on my experience with hundreds and hundreds of traders who have gone through these programs successfully and have taken payouts, it is absolutely a fantastic business opportunity and not a scam. All right, we will leave it there for tonight. My name is Rod, the Futures Fanatic. Thanks for listening. We'll see you at the next one.